Hey there, friends. Welcome to my weekly Facebook Live show. I'm Jen Burson, founder and president of Generation PR and the creator of the Powerhouse Pros community. You might be watching there. You might be watching on Generation PR, YouTube, or listening to the Pitching Powerhouse podcast. Wherever you are right now, welcome. It is so wonderful to connect with you today. Great topic that has come up quite a bit inside of our Pitch Lab community was a big topic on our last call, all around getting attention of journalists by offering data-driven pitches that are timely and relevant and give your clients the opportunity to weigh in on those topics and all of the things that we love to include to get journalists' attention. So today's discussion is going to be around how we can use data in our pitches to get better results for your clients, get the media's attention, get them to say yes. I have my magic mind. Again, I'm going to tell you guys about this in a little bit, but I am loving Magic Mind. I'll tell you more about it. It's pretty awesome and it tastes really good. You might see me sipping the Magic Mind throughout my chat today. Let me know who is here. And if we have never connected before, let me know where you are watching from. And my notes just disappeared. Where did they go? Hang on just one second. Okay, there they are. Yep. And I'm going to wait just a second. Thank you for my on-time folks for being here. I'll tell you exactly what you're going to learn today. You are going to learn 3 ways to use data to land high impact placements for your clients. Hi, Nicola from Dubai. Howdy, Chrissy in Texas, right? Yeah, Texas. Why do I want to say Nashville? Always think of your daughter's, your daughter and her singing career and feel like you're in Nashville, but you're not. Hey, Serena. I almost just at the top of the call said, hi, Serena. So welcome all of you. I love you all so much and I appreciate you being here. Also wanted to mention that we have this totally free workshop coming up. And it is, I'm looking for the date. I think it's the 14th. Whoops. Sorry, hold on one sec. It's in my eyeball. Here we go. Yes. It is a press plan workshop. We are surprisingly having a ton of people sign up for this. When I say surprisingly, like we often get about 100 or so people. This is very popular. So we have hundreds that have signed up, which is really exciting for us and a little unusual, candidly. So we do recommend you sign up so you can save your seat and make sure you get in. I think there might be a 100-person limit on Zoom. But either way, if you sign up and you can't make it, we'll always have the replay available to you. We'll send out an email so you get all that good stuff. Don't want you to miss out on it. It is going to be our 4-step process for creating a proven powerhouse press plan for your clients. Great topic to think about as we're wrapping up the year. As you guys know, I love getting in to the client's business and their launches and their initiatives for the next year and coming up, meeting with them, coming up with a strategy so that we are in there and we just roll over into the next year. Oh, yes, Christy, I can see your name. Thank you so much. So I love having a meeting prior to the end of the year, talking through all of their strategy, their launches, initiatives, promotions, and then coming up with a plan so that the following year, it's just like a no-brainer that you're continuing on. That always ties back into our path to profitability framework, where we are always focusing on service, strategy, and, it's strategy, sales, service, scale. That's how you are building your business. But when it comes to clients, it's about creating strategies that show you're proactive, you're thinking about how to make next year even better and getting ahead of it. And they love that. So if you haven't already, I think since it's November, before the holidays come, I would recommend reaching out to your clients, setting up 2024 planning strategy session, and then you'll have the information you need to build out a proven powerhouse press plan for your clients for 24. Grab your seat at that link, and we'd love to have you join us. And we'll dive into today's topic. So, okay. And this is a cool thing because this was chatted about in our Facebook group. And when we posted that we're having this discussion, we got a lot of great responses. We've included some of these here so that we can bring in other people's voices and hear how they're leveraging data in their pitches. Hi, Amy from Lexington, Kentucky. I love that you're here. Welcome. Okay, diving right in. We know that what we're doing with PR and the reason that AI cannot take over what we do is because we are sending pitches that will strike an emotional chord with the audiences that our clients are trying to connect with. But we cannot always lean just on emotion to craft a really killer pitch. We need other information to back up the concepts, the stories, the angles, the opinions, the perspectives that we're sharing. So we're seeing more and more data-driven pitches and stories becoming relevant and popular in the media. So it's pretty common sense that data will help drive people's decision making, but don't discount this as a strategy because it is a super powerful way to grab the media's attention, land high impact placements for clients, and make you look like a hero, which is what we want for you. So we're going to dive into all things data-driven PR, what it is, why you need to use it in the pitches that you're crafting for your clients, and how you can include data in your regular client reports. Sound good? Give me a heart, give me a thumbs up. Data, more and more relevant and harder to get away from. If you're like me and you don't love numbers and you don't love spreadsheets, you marry a guy who loves numbers and spreadsheets. That's my husband. He lives in a spreadsheet all day long, and I'm like, my brain. But clients are wanting more metrics. And so we'll talk a little bit about that too. So good to see those hearts and thumbs up. I think this topic is resonating. What even is data-driven PR? It's exactly what it sounds like. PR pitches, campaigns, strategies that are based on cold hard data. The data that you're looking at can come from studies your client has conducted themselves. Maybe it's customer surveys, like customer sentiment, or we are now seeing social listening on our preferred platform, Prowly. We are a Prowly ambassador. We love it. And they're always improving, and they're using AI in their tools. And they have also initiated social listening. So we love Prowly for monitoring. I'm catching so much stuff, you guys, like features we didn't know. I just got a Vogue feature that came up. Best LED face masks to revitalize your complexion, according to dermatologists and Vogue editors. For some reason, Google did not catch it. I don't know why. Our client's name is all over this article. So, don't understand. Best multitasking treatment, Omnilux Contour Face. For some reason it just didn't get picked up by Google, but probably caught it. So now they're adding in social listening. So any mentions from influencers or celebrities, brand ambassadors that are being shared on social, they're catching it now. And all of that comes together with data. And part of it could be sentiment, positive, negative, neutral. You can share that metric. There's a lot of really cool things that you can demonstrate to clients with these analytics, like a study that they've conducted. You can leverage that in a pitch, or maybe it's just research that has been conducted by another company in your niche or a data firm that's in your niche. So it comes out, your client didn't necessarily pay for it, but they can weigh in on it as it relates to how their brand, their founder, their product, their position fits in with that current relevant data. As long as you have proven statistics to back up your claims, you can use data in your PR initiatives. So we had Karina, who I don't think is on this call right now, but in our group, she's had good success with this strategy. She let us know that she created 2 original reports, one based on a survey that she ran for her client and another one based on the client's own data. And she managed to secure some good coverage thanks to these reports. So she's pulling it together, compiling it, summarizing it, and presenting it to the media in a digestible way. And then Lakeisha, if you're here, hi, sometimes she joins us. She also uses this strategy and has had similar results. She will leverage studies, data, research to connect her pitch, whether that's local or national. She will subscribe to medical journals, nonprofit email lists, so she can stay on top of research and leverage studies and data research in PR pitches that will help boost credibility, ensure the message resonates with the target audience. And this evidence-based approach that we're talking about not only differentiates the pitch, but provides those decision makers with concrete information to support their choices. And she summarized, journalists love data. Yes, they do. So these are 2 examples. Well, Karina did do her own survey. She didn't give us a lot of information on what that is, but it could be an email to the customer list. It could be a social media post that had some good traction. You would certainly want to let the media know what kind of study you conducted. My client, Omnilux LED, the face mask that's in vogue, they are the only LED company that has conducted their own peer-reviewed clinical trials. And that gives them a lot of credibility, but unfortunately, the findings that are published, multiple studies published in medical journals, are also being leveraged by their competitors because there are independent findings, a peer-reviewed board that's been published in a medical journal. Now it is found as useful data about the efficacy of LED, but not all LED is created equal. There's still a range of lights and light colors and the impact they have. There's more power that's needed to penetrate male skin because it's thicker. Acne uses blue light, and anti-aging, wrinkles, even skin tone uses red. A lot of companies are using those findings that my client, put their own study and peer-reviewed published studies, and they're leveraging that data to show LED helps with these skincare concerns. It's more impactful because our client is the one that actually initiated the study. They've done multiple, like 20 or so over the years. But if you see that other companies are publishing studies and it's ultimate findings and it is a neutral third party doing the study, leverage that data and use it in your pitches. And bonus points if it is really new information that just was published. Just if it's current, it will start to get a lot of traction. So I love that Lakeisha is looking at medical journals and keeping up on what's new with, she said, nonprofit email lists, so that you can pounce on anything that's new that's relevant to your client. So with data-driven PR, analytics will drive the decision making. You'll rely on data to decide whether you should move forward with a certain strategy or an initiative or a pitch idea. Like if your client's website analytics are showing a lot of traffic coming from social, coming from Instagram and TikTok, not much from X, formerly Twitter, or YouTube, you know that Instagram and TikTok is working. So maybe your next social media campaign will kind of weigh heavily on those platforms, and maybe not spend as much time developing content for the other platforms that aren't performing as well. Or maybe you will leverage influencers that have a huge following on those platforms in order to amplify the message. You could say, somebody that has a huge YouTube channel, YouTube doesn't convert for us, but Instagram and TikTok, we want influencers that can move the needle with their large following on those platforms. The data will also show you what resonates with your client's audience and what drives them away from your launches. So if a certain influencer collaboration, like I said, it led to a ton of affiliate traffic, clicks, purchases, that's really helpful if you have access to their Google Analytics. Or sometimes clients will develop a unique UTM URL, like UTM code, that you can give to an influencer to track the analytics of that link, or looking at ShareASale analytics. That is really informative to decide if you want to continue to focus on influencer partnerships. Maybe there was a podcast guest and the interview was great, but it didn't really move the needle on traffic and awareness and sales and positive sentiment. Maybe that's not a tactic you want to lean into more, right? So before I jump in, where did that go? I want to talk to you guys a little bit more about my lovely, wonderful. Okay. So I told you I would share more about Magic Minds. I shared it last week, and it's interesting. I got people asking me about it, like asking me about the flavor. It tastes so good. So for me, it's like this subtly sweet, kind of pineapple-y flavor with a little bit of a kick. And I love the ingredients in this because I know that there are benefits that are immediate and then also prolonged. So it gives me mental energy and focus when I need to really sustain my clarity and creative thinking for the whole day. I drink a coffee in the morning, and it'll really help kind of improve how coffee hits in the morning, and I drink less coffee because of Magic Mind. And because I'm not drinking so much caffeine with the coffee, I've been sleeping better, which is like the number one topic of discussion in my household is, how'd you sleep last night? I slept great. And I'm realizing I'm not drinking as much coffee. I don't feel jittery, and I don't have anxiety. I mean, I have anxiety with other things going on in the world, but just the jittery feeling that contributed to the anxiety. So that's what I love about this. I feel better in the mornings because I'm more energized from getting a good night's sleep. And I'll just tell you about a couple ingredients that I really love that I have been integrating into some of my supplements over the years. Matcha. It's kind of like a nature's caffeine. It's got this extended release aspect, and it takes longer to release, so it's more sustained, and then it helps to reduce stress because you're not jittery from caffeine. And then ashwagandha, which has been around for thousands of years, and it's an adaptogen that really helps reduce stress and anxiety. I've been taking ashwagandha powder, and honestly, it's pretty disgusting. This tastes so good. So I love that I'm getting something that is an adaptogen I know works, that isn't vile. I got a big thing of it for me and my husband, and I'm like, I got ashwagandha. He's like, oh, I've been hearing about that. And he's like, this is terrible. I cannot stomach this. This is delicious. The other thing is lion's mane and cordyceps, which you might have heard of. They're mushrooms that are nootropic adaptogens. There's a lot of like neurohacking, biohacking. They talk about this a lot. So this is other adaptogens that will help reduce inflammation, strengthen your immune system. Who doesn't need that right now? Oh my God, Halloween, every single kid was like, and then of course, the moms are all texting, oh, so-and-so has a cough. And I'm like, oh my God. Because I'm supposed to go on a little trip and my kids are going to their grandparents' house. We don't want our kids to be sick. So, and I certainly don't want to be sick. We love anything that is an adaptogen that helps with your immune system. So love Magic Mind. I am almost out. I think this is my last one. So I'm going to have to order. I get it on Amazon, but you can go, if you want to try it, I'll drop a link here. You can go to their website, www.magicmind.com/pitchingph. They created an exclusive code for me, and that will take you right there where you get up to 56% off your subscription. And for the next 10 days with my code, pitchingph20, that will be good forever for 20% off. So try it. Let me know what you think. I love this. It is like when they reached out to me, we were like, oh, heck yeah, this is so up my alley. So I'm so glad that they found us and wanted to connect with our audience. You know, I love productivity and I love all things. I mean, we're moms, we're running businesses, we're going all over. I'm walking the dog. I live in the hill. It's exhausting. So, I mean, I'm like, at the end of every day, and I don't get that caffeine crash. So anything that just helps me be the best business owner, the best service provider to my clients, the most checked in parent I can be, make a healthy dinner because I still have energy. I'm all about it. And so that is what Magic Mind has helped me do. So check it out and let me know what you think. Okay, back to my 3 pieces of strategy for you to use data to create pitches and campaigns. So number 1, you can build a story around your data. Data-driven PR, it's not just about numbers. All of your usual pitch writing strategies apply here, all the stuff, the fundamentals that we talk about in the Pitch Lab, you need to include all of that, you know, compelling, engaging story, but you can turn the data into that, something that will resonate with journalists. Your story needs to be tailored to the media contact, just like always, targeted, tailored media pitches. And obviously, you know, we always talk about tailoring it to their publication, the beat, the audience. But you want to think about how your client's product, their event, their service, you know, or this study or whatever, but how data ties into that and why it matters to the media. What's the why? What are they getting out of this? What are their readers getting out of this? So think about what story your data is telling. We know an intriguing statistic. That's great. You know, we love like a catchy, you know, 72% of all blah, blah, blah will result in blah, blah, blah. And it's like, whoa, that's crazy. That's attention getting. But if there's no substance behind it, there's no bigger picture, it's not going to land. So how can you zoom out and use that stat to tell a wider reaching story? Something about your niche, maybe your client's impact on their industry, or instead of going that kind of 30,000 foot view, zoom way in and tell a story of how that data or that statistic will impact your client's brand in a particular way and how they've used that data in their business. So when you think about it like that, you go kind of broad, 30,000 foot view, or like really granular, the story possibilities start to unfold. And there are many, you know, you just need to make sure that they're actually relevant and engaging to the media. And Chrissy, who is on here, we love a contributor. She's a very consistent contributor to our communities, always with the great info. Chrissy posted this awesome tip in our Facebook group. She says, I've traditionally led with data whenever possible, and I tend to lean into negative data to demonstrate the problem that viewers or readers are struggling with. And she will then position her client as the way to ease that struggle. It's so smart, right? So it's not just a piece of information, right? Like, so she'll say, for example, unresolved grief in the workplace costs US companies $72 million per year. And then she'll come back and then position her client's expertise as the one who can teach their audience how to address the grief, how to save money and retain employees. Genius, right? Chrissy, that's so good. Can you let us know in the comments, how did that angle land? What ROI have you had from it? I think that's always really helpful to kind of hear the idea, how you married your client's approach to grief management and tied into this really compelling stat about, losing money, losing employees, and businesses would all want to avoid those things. So let me know a little bit in the comments. That's brilliant. And thank you for sharing that. Number 2, target the best media contacts for your clients. Of course, we always know targeted, but journalists, they're busy. They're busier than ever. We say that all the time, but it is like truly so much is on them. They're producing more with less time, fewer resources. They don't need inboxes full of irrelevant pitches. Make it easier on them by using your client's data to target specific media contacts in your niche that will connect with that data. Like if you're building a story around really compelling affiliate data from your client, don't send that pitch off to just anyone. You want to send it to commerce editors, which never really existed before. They used to be like market editors or beauty, lifestyle, fashion. Now there are commerce editors, or even better, an e-commerce editor that specializes in your client's niche. They are looking for affiliate opportunities to build revenue for their publication. That is their job. And they're looking to do it in a way that is organic so that they are connecting with their readers and they're not losing trust because they're pushing something that maybe they'll get a huge commission, but it's not core to what their audience wants to know about, or they've never tested it or vetted it, and they're just recommending some garbage. They will quickly lose trust with their audience. So you want to align the affiliate data. Hello, Nelson. No worries at all. I'm glad you're here. You want to leverage affiliate data to really show these commerce editors that your client's product on these platforms are going to earn them money. That's their job. So make sure you're pitching to the right person. It might not resonate with a like a features editor or like a, newsroom editor. Like it's not going to land. So they're going to be annoyed that you're sending them that. It's not relevant to them. If your client is seeing more and more success with podcasts, we love podcasts. We have a podcast, Pitching Powerhouse. You might be listening to that right now. I would love it, like Taylor Swift heart emoji, if you left me a review wherever you listen to podcasts. It's on Spotify. It's on what do they call it? YouTube, like Apple Podcasts, a little purple icon, Stitcher, everywhere. Leave us a review. It helps more people discover us. The written reviews are great. I will love you forever. Just appreciate if you do that. So thank you in advance. But podcast hosts and producers like me, we love to see engagement stats when somebody pitches us to be a guest on the show. That way, we know that pitch, that person has a dedicated audience that is going to gain them listeners and engagement. I just got a pitch like this. Usually we do not have guests come on unless they are in our programs. We want to really shine a spotlight on our members. It's just, we have so many awesome community members. We have an endless well of people we can highlight and they can share their expertise. But we did have an expert who is launching a book that is really relevant to our audience, and they specifically highlighted this piece. I sent a pitch. I don't ever send pitches, but for one of my coaches who is really incredible and needs more visibility because she's so wonderful, I sent a pitch to Real Simple for an expert topic that was so aligned with what she knows how to do. And I specifically highlighted that she has over 1 million downloads on her show, and she would promote it on her show, and she has 100,000 influencer followers. Think about that with no PR. It's just all content driven. So we did get the opportunity to have her submit responses for that, because I'm pretty sure when you have an expert who's going to amplify the story to, podcasts with 1 million downloads and 100,000 on social, you're going to drive some meaningful traffic. Chrissy followed up. We've landed some press, and I'm working on more features for them. This particular client is a newer client. Yeah, I know you've nabbed some really new clients that you're just rolling out. We're warming up, but it's the same tactic I've used for other clients and have gotten features, lots of podcast interviews, and contributor pieces consistently from it. Yeah, really solid strategy. That's, again, the strategy where you are taking a piece of data and then positioning it with a solution. Like, that's a problem that their readers face, and your client offers a solution, just to recap that. The more you pitch the media, the more data you'll gather on which outlets gain clients, the most traffic, the most, conversions, and then which don't cover your clients as much, or which ones don't really move the needle. And I always ask clients when I first start working with them, what has been, like, if you've done PR in the past, what has really moved the needle for you? What have been some of the best features and opportunities you've had? So that's really, oh, Chrissy, what a doll. She linked my podcast here. Thank you for doing that. So easy for you to just click right through, leave a review. Thank you. I really appreciate it. So you can see which outlets, kind of fall flat and not really spend time over there. And you can also, think about the publications that are consistently covering your clients or their industries, and find a new way to connect with those journalists. So you can use that data to craft a list of go-to editors for pitches. And we love niching down, because then you can really invest in these relationships, but you will see that these are the relationships you really need to focus on and to cultivate. So send them targeted pitches, support them in and out of the office, connect with them on all of your social platforms where they're particularly active on social. If a certain publication isn't really moving the needle for your client, or maybe isn't picking up your pitches regarding one of your clients, try switching up the strategy with them. If you try new tactics and nothing seems to work, move on, because you're spending a lot of effort on something that's like really low ROI. You want to spend that energy better somewhere else. So keep the relationship intact. Just because they didn't connect with one of your clients, it doesn't mean that they won't connect with another. But that sort of like, I've pitched this publication so many times and it's just not happening. Sometimes you can say, well, we'll give it a try another time, but I'm going to take my effort for this client and go where I know it's going to land and it'll move the needle. I also just wanted to share, if you guys did not see, but we're a big, happy, loving family here. And our member, Tia Wallington, just landed her client Takeoff Luggage, Oprah's Favorite Things. What? I saw it this morning and I was like, screen grab message. I'm like, is this you? And she was like, surprise. And so, oh my God, I told her to post in the group and share her win so we can all congratulate her. And she is not one for self-promotion. Yes, I know. So if you are so inclined, if I can remember after I get off this live, I'm going to post it in our community. But Tia, if you happen to see this, you're amazing. I am like just so happy for you. That's a huge deal. And you've worked so hard with this client. She has worked so hard for that. So congratulate her. And if one of you guys, Serena or Chrissy, you want to post, you find it and you want to post it, I'm so proud of her, like just incredible. So anyway, sidebar, but our members are pretty friggin' amazing. Another member of our Facebook group, Everlyn Salong, says she always uses data to help her get the most targeted results for her clients. I use it to justify media selection. Where are the eyes and the ears? Data gives her that information. Then, where is my target audience? Data. Where do they intersect? Again, data. And I demonstrate that my pitch isn't a guesstimate. It's a precision art. I love that. If they change any of these, they'll get a different outcome. And it may not be bad, just different. So again, I ask clients to define their goals and be double sure that it's what they want, and then she'll deliver, because she's looking at who are their target audience and where are the eyeballs, where are they paying attention, and she'll look for that specific intersection using data. So it's a great real life use of that. Number 3 in my, what are we calling this? How to use data to create pitches and campaigns. We are going to say, walk away from something that isn't working, step away and pivot and move in the direction towards what is working. So you want to keep up with your client's data. Have an eye out for the latest developments right after a campaign launch. And when you have nothing on the horizon, you can use new data trends that will pop up last minute. Like we have Lakeisha, who's looking at medical journals published and things like that you can get something and pivot immediately. You can catch wind of something, pivot accordingly. And if you randomly see an uptick in traffic regarding a certain product, you can jump immediately into figuring out where it's coming from. What is causing this jump? This is how a lot of products tend to kind of bubble on TikTok. And brands will start to say, like, what is happening here? Like this happened with Clinique's Black Honey. It's been around forever. It's like a lip balm and it looks black and you put it on and it's just this beautiful raspberry color that's flattering on everyone. I remember in college, that was like the splurge. If I could afford that, that was like such a splurge. And it started to go gangbusters again on TikTok. And it started to kind of bubble under the surface before it went really viral. So if you can talk about things going viral before they are widely known or bubble to the surface, the other way that we're tracking that is exploding topics. That's another kind of catch the trends. They're looking at search data, volume, what results are being returned, and what specifically people are looking for. And exploding topics will give you some of those insights early, so you can start to pitch a trend as it's coming up. Maybe an influencer shouted out your project. Maybe it's not SponCon, sponsored content, but it's organic. And that opens up the door to future collaborations that'll resonate with both of your audiences. And we've had clients specifically tell us they don't want to work with influencers that have never engaged with their company or haven't loved their products. They want it to be, they're willing to pay for more involvement, but it has to be someone who is genuinely a fan. And so the content feels really trustworthy and organic, even if it starts as non-sponsored content and then leads to that. And then on the flip side, downward trends will immediately let you know what's not working. So if you and your clients start experimenting with different social media platforms, different post styles, you can monitor the engagement and see what's resonating with the audience and ditch what isn't. So what works on one platform, try it on another. It may not work there, or maybe it doesn't work on one and you're like, well, this is a good piece of content. Let's see if it works somewhere else. Play around with it a little bit, but seeing where the engagement is growing will help you land on the types of content and refine your messaging based on what posts will get traction, go viral, and which ones just sat there with crickets. They didn't make a splash. Don't do that anymore. That's really informative because it'll kind of save you time as you're building out content, and then the results start to cumulatively improve because you're cutting out the low performers. And then I promised you we would talk about client reports and how to include data in your client reports. As I'm talking through these, leave comments about how you're integrating data in your reports to show proof of success. And I'd love to hear which ones you're doing or other ones that I maybe didn't include. But it's a lot easier for your clients to understand your impact and see the value of PR when you have stats to back you up. You can report trends in website traffic. That's going to require them to give you access to Google Analytics, but super easy. You can look at those affiliate links or the code usage. You can look at how things are performing through ShareASale, press placement impressions, pitch conversions. It can be measured in numbers, or I should say, if it can be measured in numbers, just put it in your report. And the more proof of your success, the better. And don't just report your data in a long list of numbers, because that is like not impressive. It's not visually compelling. You can create a fun graph or a chart or screenshots of your most successful posts or campaigns. We have in our social media reports, we'll grab the top 3 performing posts and we'll grab the lowest performers and kind of talk about why we think that. We'll summarize it for the client so that they aren't having to cull through the data themselves and make conclusions. We'll let them know we have come to these conclusions and this is how we're integrating it moving forward. And just because numbers can be a bit boring, it doesn't mean that reports should be boring. Add some visual interest, get your client excited about what you're sharing with them, excited about your partnership, and really visually connect to the impact you're making in their business. And don't be afraid to report downward trends either. Things like drop off in affiliate code use, maybe a lack of conversions from a certain collaboration, or a downward trend in feature impressions. That is all going to influence your decisions on your strategy, where you're pitching, what you're pitching moving forward. So clients do need to know about them. The key here, the most important part of reporting negative trends, is to reframe them positively. So explain to your client how you're using this data to shift your plans and adapt to their audience wants and needs, or adapt to lean more heavily into the things that are having a greater impact. We also have heard from a member who is using data to help secure new clients. So Bridget Lyons shared in the Facebook group that she uses data to show prospective clients the kinds of results they can expect from working with her. This is where we're also including it on our end in case studies, certain growth or year-over-year growth, or social media follower growth, revenue growth, things like that. She said that she created a database to log and track all of our pitches over time. And she added, this is so cool, she added angle tags for each pitch. And she was able to report back to her clients their booking rate, which is the percentage of media that they pitched and that picked them up. And then also see what specific angle is performing the best. And they will report that. And this approach really helps immensely with our sales calls, because we always know you will get this question: how do you track ROI? How are you noting the success of your campaign? Helping clients establish what success looks like for them early on is going to give you a clear sense of what you should be focusing on and make sure they're happy with the results. Like, you could be crushing it and they'll say, well, we didn't, think this is great. And it's because expectations are not aligned. I talk about this all the time, but this is great because she's able to show a prospective client that they have a process by which they are tracking the success of their pitches and certain angles. And they can then use that same approach for this prospective client. So it's going to be easier to demonstrate ROI. And it's going to be easier to quickly see the impact of her efforts and do more of that and kind of, cut off the things that just are like duds right away. And that is a way to show clients that you understand that metrics matter, that ROI matters, and you're going to have a way to show that to them. So that's a brilliant approach. It sounds really involved, but if you want to know more about it, don't ask me. Ask Bridget Lyons. I'm just like punting it over to her. No, but she shared that in the group, and I think it's really smart. She's showing it in a spreadsheet with a database. It's a database she's creating and then putting a tag so that then she can run some reports on the tags and the conversions for certain tags based on angle. Very smart. Candidly, we are not doing that. But our members have so many great ideas that they share that just make all of us better. So if that resonates with you at all, reach out to Bridget, and you'll see the thread in the Powerhouse Pros group. Connect with her and say, I'd love to learn more about that because it sounds really smart and I'd like to know how you do it. And that's the thing about our community is they're usually willing to share their, document they've created or their process. Like we have Nelson who has shared his capabilities deck that he created that wins him work time and time again. And so our members are always like, this is working for me, give it a try. So we also have, I talked about at the top of the call, sign up so you can save your seat to our, where did it go? Sorry, guys. Data-driven PR. Oh, no, that's not the right one. Hold on. Live workshop. Oops. On November 14th. This one is really hot. So save your seat, sign up for it just so that we can send you a recap or like a recording if you can't make it. The other thing that we have that's been really popular, and Chrissy, who is on this call, just used this to get, was it Kelly Clarkson so she is using our templates, and this is new. It's a free media pitch template we just put out, and Chrissy, who's a very seasoned PR pro, was like, it's a template, so basic, like what is this gonna do? And I totally get that. But she used this exact template, customized it, just because it kept things succinct and it kept it really well organized. And she pitched it and it got traction with a TV show. I think Kelly Clarkson, or not Drew Barrymore. It was Kelly Clarkson, right, Chrissy? Let me know. But grab that template as well. Free, brand new, and just super easy. Even PR pros that have been around a long time are using things to help save them time and be more efficient. And that is one of them. Completely free. Check it out. You can customize it. And it's just like it's a little concept that we have. And then you'll get a link to a Google Doc that you can make a copy and add to your drive and make it your own. And you'll just have it forever. So I'm going to wait a second because I know if Chrissy's still here, she'll talk about that pitch that landed. Just using that new free template, which I love. We always love the feedback. I mean, it's great to know that resources we're putting out are working. That's what I have for you guys today. I'm going to stay 1 second because I know Chrissy's probably typing and sharing. Do you guys have any questions for me? Whether it's about data, whether it's about the press plan workshop we're doing completely free, whether it's about this new template, whether it's about Magic Mind, which I love, and I'm almost done with this one. I am, if you hear all the noise, I am painting my house. Morning show. Was it GMA, Chrissy? I can't remember. Hoda? No, I can't remember. Anyway, it was good, really good, and it worked right away. So that was really exciting. Painting the house inside and out. Outside is mostly done. Putting up rain gutters. This is all happening right now. I'm doing about 17,000 loads of laundry because my housekeeper is not coming this week because of said chaos inside the house. In one of our chats yesterday, oh my God, you guys should consider joining our Powerhouse Plus, which is our mastermind of PR pros. It's the only way to get on a call with this whole community. The Pitch Lab is moving to a private podcast for Q&A, which means that the calls are only available through Powerhouse Plus, really affordable. Come and go as you please, monthly sort of involvement. But it is so good, and the people on these calls are super brilliant. But we were talking yesterday about avoiding burnout and taking care of yourself, and that time and money are kind of interchangeable resources in some ways. Like, you can swap time for money when it comes to cleaning your house. And I would much rather have somebody come once a week and help me, because I certainly do not mind cleaning my house at all. I really don't mind, but it takes forever. And I would rather spend that time with my kids and my husband and being outside and hiking and walking the dog and doing other things, practicing the drums or organizing my closet. But it is so worth it to have somebody supporting you in the house with things that take away from the most joyful activities that you have in your life. So that was a kind of interesting part of the call yesterday, and we all just support each other no matter where we are in our businesses or our personal lives. It's just an incredible group. And if you are looking for connection, more connection than this, you're looking for two-way conversation, you're looking to get your questions answered live by seasoned PR pros who know their shit, you guys. I learn so much every single call. I also know everybody's businesses a little bit, so I will call on people to answer questions that I know are they're the best. They have the best experience to answer them. So the discussions are always flowing. I've been on calls where it's like, okay, guys, come on, someone's got something. Can you share this? Like, you guys, these are like 2 hours of jam-packed, informative. Anyone who was on yesterday's call, Chrissy was there, Serena was there. There's a couple others that are just not on this call, but Amy, not this Amy, different Amy. Amy Bartko was there. Oh my God, I got a morning show, state morning show she'd never connected with before. Awesome. One of our members, I had a text from a member of our community that was looking for like a very specific role in her business. And I was like, let me think. I'm putting my thinking cap on. And then no more than an hour later on our call, Amy shared a resource, a person she's using in her business that is really affordable, really incredible, and had exactly the skills that this person who asked me for a recommendation was looking for. It was like so serendipitous, you could not plan it better. And there's so many moments of serendipity on our calls like that, like somebody asking how to get a client to be accepted into a TED Talk, and that moment having a person who had just done their own TED Talk, logging into the call and being like, did somebody say TED Talk? It was like within 10 seconds. I'm not kidding you. It was bonkers. So that wasn't yesterday. That was a couple months ago, but it's just stuff like that happens all the time. Resources are shared, questions are answered, strategies are punched up, pitches are refined, ideas are always percolating. So if you're considering a PR mastermind, that's it. That's the one I would consider. It's called Powerhouse Plus. It's $197 a month, and you come and go as you please. No sign up fee. No, just if you're like, I don't need this anymore, let us know. And if you need to come back, let us know. So that's what I have for you guys today. Chrissy, thanks for following up with that question I had for you. If anybody needs anything from us, hit me up on DM, on Instagram. I am at Generation PR, or you can get our free resources over on Generation Academy. We have ways that you post on a post and you just say like press plan and we'll give you the link to sign up. But yeah, that's what we have for you today. Thank you so much as always for being here. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week and take great care. Bye guys. Thank you.